I don't know what this is. I don't have any notes. I don't know what I'm going to talk about. All I know is that I want to talk about self-worth because I think we have it all wrong. I don't know. I don't know. So much has been happening, and I know you don't know me if this is your first time watching me. I do have a platform on Instagram. I've been posting on YouTube, but I've never posted anything like this. I do hope I post this. I don't know. I I got myself into a mess, and I'm now starting to realize that what I thought was confidence and self-worth, I have completely backwards. So, for context, I decided to move out on my own about a month ago. Now, you guys know the whole, thing where they say do it before you're ready. I thought I was doing that because I absolutely took the step before I was ready. And when I got here, the apartment that I wanted got denied. Okay? Keep in mind, it hadn't been accepted, but I booked the flights anyway, and I flew out, and then it was denied. They gave it to somebody else, even though I got approved. They gave it to somebody else, right? So that was the first time I faced rejection when I came. Now, before that, I had to talk to my mom like 6 times before she finally budged. I had to get my money in order, etc., etc. And still, when I got here, I got accepted, but because I was doing a sublease, so the girl that was leasing her apartment to me denied it and gave it to somebody else because it was taking too long. Literally, the same day I got accepted, it was the day that she gave it to somebody else. So that felt like somebody stabbed me in the back, and I also wanted to throw up. Important note to take here is that I wasn't mad at her. I wasn't angry at anybody but myself. I was almost just sad. And that pissed me off a couple of weeks later that I realized what she had actually done to me. Then I applied for 2 other apartments, and one of them was a little bit cheaper, so I'm like, this one has to get approved. It got denied about 3 days ago. Same feeling. I wasn't mad. I was just sad, and I felt like I had been stabbed in the back, but I wasn't angry. There was no I want revenge. I'm pissed off. Why did she do this? Same thing happened. The leasing office was taking too long. I'm guessing it's because I'm 18. My credit score is just starting to build, and my bank statements are a little bit of a mess because I just spent $5,000 on a trip for my sister's birthday, and it just didn't line up. Nothing lined up. But I just thought that if I kept going, it would work. So then that one got denied, and again, I got this sadness. And I was so pissed off at myself again for not being angry. And then I applied to 3. I was like, let me just apply to 3 and see what happens. And then 2 of them messaged me back this morning saying that there was something wrong with the confirmation. And I did a little bit of research being like, what's going on? Yes, I know my bank statements because they always ask for your 3 recent bank statements. I didn't know that before I moved. I flew out to Chicago, and once I found out, I was like, oh fuck, because my bank statements look like I'm broke. All of my money is stashed where my clients and where the company I work with in sales puts all my money in that payment processor, so it's not in my bank. And so I transfer it from the payment processor to my bank, but I never actually used it. I don't know why I never touched my money. So it looked like I was freaking broke. And then I transferred it all in 1 month, and then I spent $5,000 on a trip. So it just didn't look good. It looked like I was a bit shady. So they messaged me back saying that they weren't able to confirm the payment income. One of them though told me that actually told me what their system showed them. It showed that I was making $400 a month, even though I make more than 10 times that, and that my co-signer, which is my mom, was making 0. And I was like, I did a bit of research, and that's where I found out that the systems they're using aren't checking the bank transactions. They're only checking for, I don't know what it is when if you're a W-2 employee or you're a regular worker, the person you work for, when you get transferred that income bi-weekly or monthly, it has a certain thing that the system can recognize. But because mine were just regular bank transactions from my payment processor or from PayPal or wherever I got my commissions, even if I was making, I don't know, 7, 8, 10, 12, 15K a month, it didn't register that, which is why they thought I was making $400 a month. So I'm so glad they told me that. And I started getting anxious. I was on a meeting with my team talking about sales, and I started getting anxious, and the same thing happened. I got this, I was kind of angry at myself, not at them. I don't know what it is about me that I have such a hard time getting mad at other people. Like, I always take ownership first, and I thought that was a good thing, and now it's turning into a bad thing, and it's eating me alive. Yesterday I had the realization that being a people pleaser is screwing me over right now, and because I keep getting rejected over and over and over again, this people pleaser in me, this little kid in me that had to survive through elementary school and middle school as a people pleaser, is coming out. I had that realization yesterday, and it hit me that a lot of the regrets that I've had, I was talking about this with somebody else yesterday about my family, and a lot of things that I regret are because I was a people pleaser, and because that's what I felt I had to do to survive when I had just moved from Mexico to the United States. I didn't speak English, I didn't fit in with anybody, my skin color is different, my features are different, and I had to please people to survive for half of a decade, if not more. And I was so mad at myself for letting this come up again, because now what's happening is that I'm putting my eggs in some baskets, and every time they get rejected, I'm what's the word? Internalize it. My vocabulary's tripping. I'm like putting it's on me. And I don't, and right now it's just that, like, I had a panic attack a couple days ago. I haven't had one in months, and I was so angry with myself. A couple of minutes before I started this video, I just sat down on the couch and I was like, let yourself feel what is going on, because you're not getting rejected over and over because of the same thing. It's a different thing every time. It's the system, it's somebody gave it to somebody else, it's, oh, they got too impatient. Like, it keeps happening differently every time. If it had been the same thing over and over, I would tell myself, work hard, try again, do something different, just keep trying, which is what I've been doing. But that's not working anymore, because it's not a pattern. Like, it's a pattern, but it's because of different reasons that I keep getting rejected, and that inner people pleaser in me keeps coming out. And I'm so sick of it. So I sat down with this blanket, because blankets make me feel safe. And I'm sitting there thinking, like, just feel, Mariana, you're so close to figuring it out. What is it that is going on? And I thought this entire time I just had to not give up, keep going, persevere. The problem is I'm giving people what I have. I'm offering these applications. I'm giving opportunity out there and waiting to see if I get rejected. And when I get rejected, it's on me. That's the pattern that keeps coming up for me. And I figured that out, and I was like, fuck. I'm waiting for people to reject me instead of putting myself first and rejecting them. And not even just in a sense of just the apartment. It's in everything that I've been doing. And that's why it's screwing me up. I'm just letting them choose, because that's what my self-worth is based on. Anything I work with, any students, any coaches, in sales, everything that I do, I just let it play out. I put in my effort, and then I let it go, and I let the other side, the other thing, another factor decide if I'm good enough. And that is why my self-worth has been so up and down lately. I figured it out. Now I have to fix it. I'm sure that's going to take a lot longer than it took to figure it out, but I'm so mad at myself. How, like, that is so stupid. It's so stupid. What? And I don't know what to do now. Like, I don't have it figured out. I don't know what to do. I figured out the pattern. I probably need to write it down before I forget. Does this pen work? Yeah, okay. How do you write this down? Pattern, letting other people reject you to determine your self-worth. Okay. Letting other people reject you. Or I'm going to put factors instead of people, because I had a call with a friend, And she was like, what day do you not work? And I was working every day. I own a business. I'm in sales. I have students. It's sort of an agency / coaching program. And I was like, I work every day. And she had me not work on Saturday last week. And I didn't work on Saturday. I felt fine. But ever since that day, I've been waking up at 1 in the morning, 11 p.m., 5 in the morning with this anxious feeling of I'm not good enough because I didn't work. So I'm going to put factors, letting other factors reject me to determine my worth. Look at us go, self-awareness. But now I'm trying to tell myself, don't get anxious. Like, you figured it out, now go fix it. But that's always like my default. I figured out, then I go fix it. I don't know if that's a bad thing this time, because that's everything, like that's what I just do every single time. And I don't know what to do moving forward. My nervous system is freaking out because I don't have stability. I'm in a short-term lease right now that ends in 20 days. I can extend it another 7 days, and then I have to fly out to get my taxes done and have celebrate my sister's birthday. But at the same time, the lease that was about to go through needs my taxes. So I'm trying to move that up and see if I can get that done as soon as possible and just give it to them. But the other thing that I never considered was, what if I just applied to so many people that there's just no way one can't reject me? Because the rejection hasn't been always because of the bank statements. It's been because it took too long, somebody chose somebody else, etc., etc. And the reason I'm doing a sublease is because, again, I'm 18, sort of no credit built yet because I started 2 months ago, so my credit score hasn't come in. Even though I make like great money, it doesn't count in their system. So I'm thinking I just put all my eggs in all the baskets where I get rejected so much, but there's no way I don't get accepted to multiple places where I can do the rejection. Because something else that has been happening throughout this process is that when they say, hey, we have another applicant or whatever, like, I'm letting them reject me. I never get a pick. I never get to choose, and I've been okay with that until now. I think that's all I wanted to say. My soul was like, sit in front of the camera and talk about this. I don't know if I want to post this yet. I really hope I do. I'm mad at myself. I think I have to forgive myself and figure out, like, this is rooted deeply. Like, you guys do not understand what I had to do through elementary school, middle school, and high school to survive. And it wasn't up until, like, when I was 13, 14 that I started getting rid of this in my, like, emo era. And then I jumped into the entrepreneurship world, and it was a completely different world with completely different people, completely different beliefs, and I learned to adapt. But I think that people-pleasing tendency came back in a different way that I had not noticed, and it's been screwing me up ever since I started this business. And something needs to change, because I'm doing it with people, I'm doing it with friends, I'm doing it with money, I'm doing it now with like the apartments and leasings, and now it's costing me money, and it's costing me my self-worth and my peace of mind. And I'm going to stop talking now because we were just gonna go in circles. But I really needed this. So if you watched this, thank you. If you didn't, thank you. I'm talking to me. Yeah, that's it.